For some kids, like, the school is quite far, but I don't think I've ever heard of a kid having to walk an hour. I know kids who have to take like a boat, or I know of kids, I've never met them myself per se. Okay, this is where it's going to get hard, because the Ueno station, from here, I have no idea what train line lies where. But I know most of them go down that way, so we're going to follow that road. And we're going to hope for the best. We're also going to hope that I don't accidentally drop the phone or bump into anyone, because that would be rather annoying. Haha! I've just been staring at the girl in the skirt this whole time, so I didn't notice the mistake. Ah, good old McDonald's Anna Konagova. She always takes the focus away from any cock-up that I make. Staring. 私は気づいてた。私は気がついてないよ。あ、自分の間違い、自分のミス。He was also Mr. Ed, the show about the talking horse. He was Wilbur. I remember Mr. Ed. I don't remember watching it, but I do remember it. There was a British comedy show called The Fast Show. They actually did a parody of it. It's called Mr. Dead. And instead of a horse in like a stable or a barn, it was just a dead guy. Where do you work in Japan? I work in Nakano. So I live in Nerima, work in Nakano. They're like areas that are next to each other. And I just work in an office. Nothing glam, nothing wonderful. Alright, so there we got the Yamanote Line train going that way. 100% さん、これはちょっと危なくなるね。山手線をどこに出るか。確か次は御徒町。で、100% は東京？So we've got to kind of follow, well, for now we have to follow the traffic, the foot traffic. And we're about to get somewhere that's really busy. The front of Ueno station. Okay, so there comes another train, but again, it's going the wrong way, so I can't really use that as a reference. Well, my hands are getting cold though. あ、そっか、福岡だ。東京は全然知らん。東京に来たことある？一回も。Okay, so do you see where all those lights and shit is over there? That's where we are going. Actually, we've been down there. We were down there and we came up this way. So in that case, we're going to go over to the other side of the tracks and go down the train line on the other side. It's no less busy. Alright. Can we reach the crossing before the lights change? Because this is kind of like Shibuya Scramble, except this one's a bit more complex. Like Shibuya Scramble, you've got like one sort of central area. Here, you've got kind of like two. Alright. And there's a Yodobashi camera right there. Right, so we're going to cut across there. There's a ramen place that has like, the display is like a floating pair of chopsticks. Okay. Cutting right across the middle here, where no one else is crossing, well, except for that guy, or that guy, where very few other people are crossing. Oh, getting in people's way. Oh, feeling awkward. And we're across. So, oh, it's not on. So, before, this thing here actually sort of goes up and down. But I think they've turned it off. Ah, that's a shame. Oh wait, they're closed. They're closed from... They've closed from 4 to 5, but it's now 5:34. Oh, and this guy's trying to reverse. Oh, good luck to this guy. I'm gonna walk in front of the car. There's a good Samaritan helping him out. Not me. I try to be good Samaritan from time to time. How long have you been doing these streams? It's great material to watch before going to bed for sure. I think I've been in like live walks of Tokyo for about between 6 months and a year. Off the top of my head, I can't pinpoint it where I started. Probably about 6 months to a year, somewhere between, that sounds right. Punch! その道を渡しながらパンチ。邪魔だ。Shame, almost as bad as missing the giant Gundam. Oh, that sucked. Like, well, they've rebuilt it, or they're in the process of rebuilding it. Oh, there's lots of food. I'm kind of peckish. Oh yeah, I was peckish earlier and I didn't eat. Oh yeah, the diaper cake, that put me off. So I am thinking about doing it again. A trip to Odaiba to see the giant Gundam. And hopefully it'll actually be there this time. The worst part about that though was like getting there and realising that like it wasn't there. That was the wounder. It wasn't even getting there. It was like we got to within like 20 minutes of there. Like we walked all that way, massive marathon. We crossed Rainbow Bridge. We saw real life Mario Kart happening on the real life Rainbow Bridge. And then the main thing that we were going to see wasn't there anymore, and it had been like dismantled like a couple of weeks before. That kind of sucked. But again, like if it comes back, or if it is back, then it's always a possibility for us to go again. In which case that would be quite fun. Now, around here there's a very annoying thing. And like if you do come around here, I will sort of ward you away from here. There's some guys who, to try and get you to look at their American style shop, because they're American, they'll basically grab you or like put their arms around you and like hoard you to their shops. And number one, they're not American. I think they're mostly Nigerian. And number two, they're just so lecherous and creepy and horrible about it. It's vile. So you probably won't see him like come to me because I've got this camera and I'm talking to that, and it's clearly not going to buy anything. But yeah, if you do come, kind of like keep that in mind. You've probably seen several individuals sort of give me the eye walking up, but oh well, saw them. So we're nearly at Okachimachi station. I'm kind of surprised you aren't a little bigger. Very cool stream idea. Yeah, but I mean 5'9", well 5'10". I think that's as big as I'm gonna get. I could put weight on, but yeah, I get the point. For me, like, and it's the same with YouTube. Like I'm happy for people to watch, but I'm not numbers focused. So like when people do come and join the stream and chat and hang around and like say, oh, what's that? And I'll show them what's that, or they'll say, oh, can you go here? And I will go there. That's what I like. It's really fun. I don't really care that like I might not get like 1,000 followers or something. I'm happy just us guys hanging out. It's just being fun. Me showing you what you can do in Japan, like what you can really do in Japan. Most people lack taste. In that case, they should stop drinking drinks that are way too hot because that will kill their taste buds. 今新しいガンダム見てるね。それはもうできた？前回はそのレインボーブリッジでないと100% だから聞いた。そして今もしその新しいガンダムができたら見に行こうかな。見せて行こうかな。Are you going to visit Akihabara? And let me make sure I cross this road the right way, because the station is around here somewhere. I think Akihabara is, well, I know for one, it is on the list. We are going to be doing it either tonight or on the next stream. As for a stream about Akihabara, oh, here we go. This is Okachimachi. Alright, so from Okachimachi, we're going to carry on. Hang on. Let me get my list. We're doing Akihabara tonight. So Akihabara is the next station. So I mentioned earlier that I don't plan on doing like a stream guide to Akihabara because I don't generally like it there myself. What people want to see in Akihabara, they can see on like YouTube travel blogs and stuff. But I mean, like today we are going to walk there because it's on the Yamanote Line. So yes, tonight we're going to Akihabara, but we're not stopping unless there's like something that we see en route that like someone wants to have a closer look at. Yeah, not the plan, but we are doing it. Right, hang on, let me stay on the correct side of the track, because I want to make sure that we are following the right train line. Nope. Need a map. Need a local map. Need a street map. Need a map. There's a map. Okay, so it does split. So we need to stay on the right, because otherwise we'll end up going to Tokyo Station. We don't want to go there yet. I mean, we do want to go there, but not yet. It's on the line. It's on the line. I think. Pretty sure. In fact, I think it's Akihabara, Kanda, Tokyo. I think that's the order. Thank you, sir. But I mean, like, yeah, while we are there, if there is anything that you do want to have a closer look at, bear in mind, we're not going to go into shops or restaurants or cafes or maid cafes or anything like that. But if we pass something, then we might have a gander. この前ソーダポピンが日本に来た時の配信でjust gonna cross this road so I'm out of everyone's way. お台場の新しいガンダム見てた。Oh, so the new Gundam has been built and it is ready for viewing. And I just Fiddler. So at some point then we are going to do another trip back to Odaiba, and I'm going to walk around the back of this truck because walking in front of it would just be awkward, and I'm too British to handle awkward situations. So yeah, we are going to do another Odaiba trip. じゃあまたお台場に行こうね。でも多分そんな時にマリオカートを見ることができないかも。But I don't know, like when we do that next trip to Odaiba where they have the giant Gundam, I don't know if we're going to be able to see live Mario Kart again. Windsor Racket Shop. Oh, there's a Lawson there. I could do with some Lawson. ペコペコしてるので、唐揚げくんか。Should I get some 唐揚げくん? I do like the kun of 唐揚げ. But I can hold out. I can hold out. Oh, fuck, falling over. What encouraged you to move to Japan? It seems like a big leap to go from the UK to Japan and adapt the language and the culture. I think it was something that was always going to happen. I've been interested in various aspects of Japanese like culture and so on since I was a little one. So like in my home area back in the UK, there's nowhere that does like Japanese classes or anything like that. So when it came to say going to university, I found a couple of courses that would teach you like Japanese studies from scratch. So I kind of jumped at that chance. Just making sure I don't get run over. Hang on. Okay, I think we're good. So I kind of jumped at that chance, managed to get on the course, and learned a lot, studied hard. Could have studied harder. Bollocks. And after graduation I moved over. Simple as. I say simple as, there's a lot of different steps. Not impossible. Like, there's lots of different routes. Like, for someone who does want to come to Japan for maybe like a year or like a work experience thing or something like that, there's loads of things that you can do, loads of chances. If you want to come and study, there's lots of chances. There are also like certain like obligations and things that you do have to do. There are certain requirements as well. For example, if you want to move to work, like properly, not working holiday, you need a degree. You have to have a degree. It's got to be a 4-year degree, I think. I don't know. Well, for me, my degree was 4 years. And I see in many places like 4-year degree. So you got to have a degree. Language-wise, I sort of mentioned earlier that. Ooh, it's a nice little fan, the iFan. I did mention earlier, like it's very easy to live in, say, Tokyo and never speak a word of Japanese. Like, you never have to. But again, it's not a good thing to do. Like, you wouldn't want someone to go to your country and just sort of talk to you in a blurbled mess that you might have studied at some point as a child. So, yeah, possible, but I don't want people to do it. So, otherwise, like, culture, a lot of culture stuff you sort of pick up as you go. Like, most of, like, cultural faux pas that I see people doing are down to just a lack of general common sense. Like, if it's something that you wouldn't do in your own country, don't do it here. And there are some things that, like, yeah, you just won't know or you won't pick up on. Like using a phone on a train or bus, which is why I do walking streams rather than train streams, because it's really rude to talk on a bus while you're on the phone. For someone who has lived in Japan for 6 years, we're still very British. I do say, one does have to retain a certain level of effort to maintain one's quintessential Britishness, or some other bollocks like that. But yeah, like, I mean, like, I grew up in the UK, I lived in the UK all my life. Like, there's no way I'm gonna lose my Britishness. In fact, I ham it up a lot more as well. Like, if people think I'm American, because people will look at me like a lot of people. They hear an English voice and they'll presume American. And Christ, that's a tourist shop and a half. Just walked past a real massive, over-the-top American-style tourist shop, and. So yeah, so in situations like that, if it's like another foreigner, then I'll really ham up the over-the-top quintessential British man. If it's the Japanese person, I'll probably just like, I'll either explain to him like, no, I'm not American, never call me that, or I might just lie and then make up a whole bunch of bullshit and be like, oh yes, in America we all speak in this rather uniform manner. And of course we all have certain customs. For example, you'll never see an American child, or American in general, with a fully formed, oh I need to cross that road, with a fully formed little finger. And they'll say, why? And I say, well, you are aware that like there are certain religions that will circumcise a male penis, or a male foreskin rather. Well, one of the aspects of like American customs, and it dates back to way before the Civil War, is at birth we just snip the end of a baby's little finger. It's always the left finger, never the right one, because most kids are right-handed. They need that for writing. So just snip the end of the left finger. So you'll never find a baby or a child or a fully grown American adult with a full left finger. And then they'll be like, what? Why? Why do you do this? And I'm like, well, it dates back way beyond where, and I'll make up some sort of bullshit like that. And they'll just believe it. So then they'll look at my hand and they'll be like, but you don't have that. And I'll be like, I know. And then I'll drop the mic and walk away. You shouldn't use a cell phone on trains or buses. Yeah, it's really rude. To be fair, that's, again, I find that a common sense thing. Now we are coming up, you can see it up ahead. This is Akihabara, home of anime, manga, game central, electric town, toys, whatever, you'll find it here. But because we're following the Yamanote Line, we've missed most of it. Because it's all like behind that massive building there. So we are gonna pass some. We'll see like some little bits. Oh, hang on, that's a big comment. On his YouTube, he keeps the British connection by making his videos length the amount of time it would take someone in Britain to to earn enough money to buy the game on minimum wage. Costs this many yen to buy, it would take a British worker 9 minutes to earn enough money. I'm playing it for 9 minutes. Truly unique idea. And it's all this man right here. Oh, Sean. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that concept, it actually started as a means for me to pick a length of gameplay, because lots of different Let's Players, they were doing it for different times. Like some people did it for 10 minutes, some people 15. Like Game Grumps will normally do it for like at least 10 minutes. And I couldn't pick a time. So I thought to myself, what can I do to make something a little bit more unique, a little bit more interesting? And I came up with the idea of, what if I just change it every time? And then I was like, right, so how am I going to pick it every time? I need some sort of set structure. And then I thought, well, how about if I just use the price? And like every time just talking to myself, I eventually got it. As like linking the price to a minimum wage earner, because again that's kind of my whole shtick, my whole spiel. So up ahead is Akihabara station. Depending on a person's pronunciation, this could be Akihabara, 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 Akiba, Akiva. And there's a whole bunch of other ways. I just call it Akihabara. The Gundam Cafe with bikes. So if you want a Gundam bicycle, you can get one. Actually, the Gundam Cafe in Odaiba had a little shop as well, and that's where we bought a little prize. So here is the AKB48 cafe and shop. AKB48, really famous idol group, a girl idol group, like in Japan. 48 members. They do shows daily. They do shows daily here in Akihabara. They do shows in other areas as well. They've got sister groups all over Japan. Like you got NMB in Osaka, I think, Namba. HKT Hakata. 100% さん HKT48 はどう? We'll go around this way. I'll show you a little bit. To just kind of feel like a waste to come all this way and not show you just a tiny bit of the strip, because like this is empty. This is what we consider an empty day in Akihabara. And again, police everywhere because we've got to stay secure. So there's a big Sega arcade over there. You see lots of anime characters and girl characters mainly. It's just kind of like, I don't know. I find it's too much. It's kind of overwhelming. And like when I'm say game shopping or something, I won't have like a specific game in mind, but I'll have like a specific shop in mind or something. Like I'll pop there and see what I can get. But if like it comes to Akihabara, there's like so many shops, and because there's a lot of tourists that come anyway, they're not going to be cheap. Like I don't think I've ever bought a game in Akihabara, let alone a game in Akihabara for the channel. But it is bright. It's a very well lit town. And again, if you are looking for a manga related, pop culture related, electronics related, like anything, you'll probably find it here. And again, maid cafes as well, if you're into that kind of thing. A lot, just like a little shopping centre, shopping arcade. Like the trains, really fancy doing. You kind of have to stream here. Although I am going to pop in the game centre here, and we'll have a look. Ah, but you see, it says it right there. Now I'm a good person. I've read the sign. I will not go in. I won't go in. But we shall carry on. We shall continue with our journey. But they've got a fate apocalypse thing that they have a lovely person outside handing out flyers. I won't take a picture of her because it's a bit rude. She's working. Some clothing shops. I think this store has some adult goods, if I remember rightly. Not from a personal memory recollection, of course. HKT がなんだって一緒に泊まったらでも HKT について何も分かんないよあそうそれは HKT48 AKB のI could have crossed that. I had loads of time. AKB の関係のあるグループ、HKT48、NMB と同じ。Do you